We'll make a start now. We've got some outtakes.
Miller, can your phone be on silent, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Make sure everybody's fit to perfect. There we go.
Kane, can you put your phone on silent?
There's a phone is on silent. It's never not on silent.
Kane, can you put your phone off, please?
There we go. That's the camera. It's the camera rolling.
You got that on camera running as well, you guys.
Camera's rolling. That's the main thing. Lights on, hair's down, hats off. Do all our checks, all our pre-checks as we do. I think everything's all set. I think everything's fit to perfect. I hope as well. Might have to put this a bit. Might do this a wee bit.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit stuffy in there. You're about to moan.
Right, we're all good now, guys. That's us. That's everything all set for you guys. I think, just to be sure. It takes a minute to set things up, some things kind of.
Ah, that's fine.
There we go. That's us. That's us rolling.
Right.
So we'll do our checks. Hats off, hair's down, lights on, cameras rolling, sun is out. Bad omens in the house.
Yeah, massive fan. Love them.
Do you like them?
Massive fan.
Well, we need to talk about our trip throughout the podcast. And I got my Riffs and Ramps on skate. I was at skateboarding and found quite recently, so we'll chat over that as we go through. So yeah, should we do our crap, or should you want to introduce the bands? Because I believe we're on episode 99.
Oh, okay. I'm James, I'm the vocalist for Descension.
I'm James Goldie, I'm the lead guitar player for Descension.
Ahmed, I play the bass for Descension.
And Kane.
I'm Kane and I'm the bassist.
Oh, wait, sorry, I'm the drummer for Descension.
Right, I'm Chris, I'm the host of the Hats Off Get Down podcast. Episode 99, believe it or not. We've still got to do at 100, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Name of that milestone. We'll have to see what happens actually. We might have a special podcast, we might just go kill three birds with two stones, maybe just do one other episode. We'll see what happens. So yeah guys, so you're fairly new band, so we just found about you guys quite recently.
Yeah, we only came about recently as well, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Was when we officially formed.
Yeah, so it's good to actually do a podcast with you guys quite soon after as well. So
The lineup has changed a bit though over the year and a half.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just been quite a journey actually.
Yeah. And you're based in Dunfermline,
Yeah.
So this day with Patty kind of no problem as well.
Oh yeah, no, like honestly,
Yeah.
it's like Callum Reddy. It was like the lead singer actually used to be our librarian in high school as well.
Really?
So it's like basically just kind of like growing up with Party Can was like kind of like a sort of like inspiration for me and Kane. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
So maybe you guys could follow up Patty Cannon sort of vibes.
yeah. Party Can, like you know what Party Can is.
No,
No, like it's. Oh my.
We'll ignore that one for you guys.
It's one of the main problems with like having like a band where it's like we're all really into different genres is that like as soon as you mention one band, like someone will eventually say who, and it's just like there will be a full 15-minute run up with that band. It's
I know Metallica.
Talk about history.
oh yeah, no, there's. I think there was like one time where it was like we're on a night out and like we had like a full 15-minute roundabout Dire Straits to Kane.
Yeah.
Wow. Even I know that one song.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
It's good though.
So maybe you can talk about 15 minutes about Patty Cannon then.
Basically, I grew up with being like into sort of like death metal and like sort of metal itself, but being at sort of like Dunfermline, it's more focused on indie and all that sort of like
I know,
alternative stuff.
indie rock
Yeah.
and all that.
And so like if you were to say, oh yeah, no, I'm into metal, you would just basically get like full shunned at like a point. And then there was like a point where it's like I was doing like covers like when I was 18, and it's just, I was basically playing like Stone Roses, all that sort of stuff, but I was just playing it to get paid, and it was like the worst sort of feeling that you had, where it's like you didn't want to like play it, but you had to like get by. But like right now, it just feels like you're sort of like playing the sort of stuff that you want to do.
We're playing stuff that we want to do more.
And that can actually like it's good that we're actually doing that sort of stuff. But the fact that we're kind of stuck in a town where it's like really centered on like the Gallagher brothers are like the epitome of Jesus sort of thing. So, yeah.
It's difficult trying to break out in the Dunfermline scene. Mainly because of the main genre that's popular in Dunfermline, so we're hoping that we can at least change that a wee bit.
Yeah. Especially there's a few bands from there, isn't there? There's a Stay for Tomorrow as well.
Stay for Tomorrow,
I've actually got the band on, believe it or not, from 2019. So I've actually been playing this song straight up, been playing it on probably since I got it. So it's listening to this song, so excited to the Stay for Tomorrow guys. Because they've been doing a lot of gigs, haven't they?
There's a lot of popular bands in Dunfermline.
Name some.
We've got Borderline, we've got they were doing PJs.
Would it be Buzzkill? They're doing like stuff.
Buzzkill, yeah.
They've actually been blown up recently. We had them in HMV recently and managed to get like a huge turnout. And
It's been is it the Kingsgate?
Yeah, because like I'm a supervisor there. It's like you have to like sort of like organise bands and everything like that. And when we go to Buzzkill, I was just thinking, oh yeah, it's like another band, and didn't think anything of it until they started playing Helena by Misfits, and then I pushed by Typo Negative, and it's just like a thing of like, wow, we actually do have like a decent band then. Like honestly, it's like there is sort of like an underground sort of scene for it, but it's just like you barely get that sort of stuff like in the mainstream.
Because all the bands are just a lot of bands have got quite electronic elements in them, and that's the way things seem to be.
It's
Basically stuff's progressing now.
It's all cover bands, all bands are doing classic covers of these metal bands now.
I mean, we can't say anything like in our set list is ever sound.
What do you mean? It's a really good song.
No, it's great. Absolutely.
Yeah, the drama's even better, I think. I'll pick you on my phone if you want to see.
So did they actually have open mics in the HMV then?
Yeah, so we do live and locals every Saturday. Where it's basically just like sort of
That's what they're doing the other HMV in Edinburgh as well.
for like the Princess Street one. As well as like the FOP as well. I mean, it's
It's
just
just like an open mic thing, isn't it?
we basically get a band in every Saturday, and it's like really good to kind of like get someone out there, or like if it's like a really popular band, it's good to like get some attention to like the HMV sort of thing. But it's like
But it is quite sick as well actually, just to get bands.
Like trying to get stuff organised can be a pain. Like it's just like the other week we had someone like cancel last minute, and we were just like had like a full sort of like crowd and everything like that, and it's just like you have to actually say sorry, nobody's playing, and it's like the worst sort of thing to say to like a bunch of people because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Do we have a crowd?
So that maybe occasionally happens and knows the odd band that just fills out last minute. So.
It can be annoying sometimes, but I mean you have to like keep on going with it. It's just
I have to be professional. But
exactly.
A Stay for Tomorrow played there, I guess they played.
I think we have had them play a couple of times. I think like once it's like once last year sort of thing. But also a really good band overall as well. So
They've been around for quite a while, haven't they?
because we also had when we first opened, we had like Rootface in as well.
Rootface as well. They've actually been on this podcast quite a while back.
Oh, decent.
I need to have them up again and get them back on again. I was thinking that actually. It's been a minute since they've been last on. I think they did like kind of like the start of the podcast. It was like one of the sort of first 10 episodes.
That's pretty cool.
So I really need to get them up again.
Oh yeah, no, like
Yeah.
honestly, like guys in that band, they're like so silent, honestly.
I need a guitarist actually in Reed's bass. We should jam with him.
Yeah, that should be pretty decent, yeah. Yeah.
And I think I saw Bruce a few times, the singer.
Hmm.
I saw him like in the bus station once, funny enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, just along to the bus station. He was in Dunfermline bus station. I think he had his white hair dye still.
Oh
I
yeah.
think he still has that now. Because the waistline stood out quite a bit, didn't they, when he had that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Woodspace as well, they've been on. So do you want to ask, we just go to throw this podcast as we probably know, so you can just fire out some questions and go to throw and talk whatever you want.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so talking about my Riffs and Ramps now, I say that now, they come under this now.
Yeah. Oh no. So, most of my friends went through for riffs and ramps, and like I've been so tempted to like go, but it's just it's like traveling through, and
It's
it's
in
like
Glasgow, isn't it?
yeah. It's just the fact that it's like you have to like go through like book a hotel, everything like that, and it was just like I didn't know until the last minute that Riffs and Ramps was happening, and it's just like God, I need to go to this at one point, and it's just
It just happened a few weeks back.
yeah.
I mean, there was a few big good bands. It was like I went for the start and I left. I think sort of midway through or something. I think I saw like there was a few sort of underground newer bands that started out. I'm afraid that just started up. I think there was a band called Tar. They were called Tar Doom or something. They call themselves. I think a lot of these bands are on Instagram, so I can't really find them very well on other social platforms. But yeah, Tar Doom. Shout to those guys. I know there was a lot of like wailing that kind of hit festival a little bit, so that a lot of things kind of happened, technical difficulties and stuff and that. Misfunctions, the microphones I think kind of went off because it was all instrumental. It felt like a lot of kind of instrumentals.
Yeah.
Because the mics went cuckoo, so that didn't last long.
I mean, like it's like depending on the mic as well. I mean, like also like depending on the XLR cable, because
Yeah, I think they must have sorted out weight that, so
yeah.
because the rain did stop. I only just played rain briefly at the start and then it stopped most of the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But it was good. I enjoyed that. Picked up the shirt as well, of course.
Yeah, very good.
Scottish skateboards. I mean, I ended skateboarding myself. That's how I got back in it a wee bit. It's got all the bands as well. Don't know if you can don't know if the camera will pick that up very well, but let's say all these
Oh,
brands.
like on the
on the
decent.
on the skateboards, King Abyss. Let's say Brad Spat. Lights Out. Yeah, it's all hardcore bands.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of old school as well. Outdoors. It's better being stuck inside. It's better to go somewhere slightly different, so that's why.
It's always good to have like an outdoor gig. Like it's just
I prefer outdoor, going to outdoor gigs as well.
saves on air conditioning.
That's what I was saying. Original roasting.
Yeah.
But then they have, it can just be a hit and miss of the weather.
Oh yeah, no, it can be like very sort of, especially like this time of year where it's just like been basically just like sort of like really volatile with the climate. It's just
I think it's been a bit of mayhem this year.
oh yeah, no, it's just.
It's actually going to be, I reckon it's going to be a Scotch show today when we're recording this.
Yeah, I remember like I was through Edinburgh yesterday because I was picking up a record, and like honestly, I feel like I've got like 3rd degree burns just from being along Princess Street sometimes.
It's even hot when I was hotter than I was in that way. When I was in that way, basically, it wasn't even that hot. To even need to use the air conditioning because that's how it wasn't even that hot in Italy.
Yeah.
But when you come back here, it is a different with this where
It's just a constant one though, that's the thing.
It's actually quite warm in here as well when I do that.
Yeah.
We were not. Sweat box. This is like, we could just say gigging. We're gigging here and then how you sweat on.
Oh no, just be. God.
I keep saying it to every podcast, we're gigging this wee small room, you know.
Yeah.
50 cap venue.
Yeah.
It can be a possibility in hardcore shows.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I heard your single, by the way.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
single, is it, what's it called?
My Regret, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite,
That's our first single.
yeah, quite grungy, heavy as well.
Yeah, and I think like we have like a bunch of influences like from like all of us for like that single as well. Like mainly for me it would be sort of like Deftones kind of stuff, as well as like kind of sort of like more sort of like grunge Alice in Chains sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like what would be
I mean, when we were recording My Regret, I took a lot of influence from like, at least for the melodic kind of clean parts, I took a lot of influence from like Rush or a lot of hard rock bands, even Deftones that Kim was saying, and you know, a mix between decades, you know. Trying to think of what other bands.
It just goes back to what we were saying mainly at the start. There's so much influence from all four of us that we're able to blend it into kind of one sort of sound.
Yeah.
Like Kane's like a huge Sleep Token fan.
No.
wouldn't have guessed. He's actually a Muse fan.
Anything, I'll listen to anything that's good.
Yeah, Metallica especially. Load, reload.
Did you see them in download? Sweet Token.
I've seen the photos, but we've not been to download.
No.
When did we see them back when they were playing
last
live? Yeah, in
Last
Leicester,
year,
yeah.
So,
When they were doing the Take Them Back to Eden tour, and it was such like a good sort of like atmosphere as well. Like I mean, like it's more of a full on stage show for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and I totally get like the stuff where it's like they're saying like, oh yeah, like they're not metal sort of thing. And it's like a good sort of like genre defining kind of thing, rather than just sort of labeling it to one sort of thing.
gospel.
Yeah.
Sweet Token.
Well, I think that's what we're trying to do. You know, we don't want to be tied down to any genre. You know, when you were saying to me, you know, like what kind of music do you make? You know, we have this new track that's going to be dropping soon called Out of This.
Next month.
And that's a lot more alt metal than My Regret
It's a
was.
lot heavier.
It's a lot heavier, a lot grungier.
Yeah. Could be a different vibe then from now on.
Definitely sounds a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
Almost sounds like a different band there. I see.
Because it's like around about like when we started like recording My Regret and doing like actual sort of things for me being a vocalist, like I never knew that I could do growls and stuff like that.
No.
And then it was just like even like last practice, basically I was like just doing sort of a thing where it's just doing growls, like clenched over, all that sort of stuff, and I think it was like I almost fucking passed. I almost passed out at one point, and just like I was just like Jesus, like how? I just kept remember waking up just like, do we finish the song? Yeah.
That's good. We enjoy putting together lots of different sounds into the tracks. So I think out of the, how many is it we've got? 7 or 8 that we've to record.
The thing is that we have like a full album at this point, but it's just a case of getting it recorded.
It's got 9 originals.
It can, but it's also like because we have to finance it as well, but also put on live shows too. It can be kind of a good sort of like in between to get stuff recorded as well as like even like with like stuff with like Out of This like and like
That took 2 sessions.
like that
took 3 sessions or something.
Oh no, that was a nightmare to record Out of This because
It was definitely the harder track to record. I think for James's reasons.
Yeah, because it was like more of a sort of like. I think we managed to get to like 95 BPM or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes.
But at the time of recording, we didn't know it was 95 BPM.
Yeah,
So
110, which is
a lot faster.
Yeah.
So it was like first day was getting the drum story with that. That was one thing, and then like we also got like bass swords, but it was
After
like
a couple of bass lessons.
no, we had to get like Kane got bass lessons from our producer.
Sure did.
Yeah.
But then it was more of the. We we would have had it done on that day, but James was struggling with guitar solo ideas.
Because it wasn't fitting in with the BPM that we thought, which was 110.
Yeah.
We had to slow it down
And also
and
just,
assign chords and stuff and find a sound that worked. So that was.
Yeah.
It was definitely a hard one to record and finish, but we're glad that
It's
it's
much harder than my regret, I think.
Yeah. I think my regret was like just more simple to record.
One
but it was-
take. No,
yeah.
it wasn't one
Yeah.
take, but
But it was just like, even with the vocals, that was like done in one take. Like even the high notes, I was surprised by that. Like,
Yeah.
vocal improv.
yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I record again. So yeah.
We do a lot of improv in our music, don't we? Like,
Oh.
the third of this, that was
Yes.
all improv.
Yeah.
I was it was all improv.
I think that's how we come up with like our
The
riffs
bars and stuff. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
But it's about each other.
Do
Spontaneity.
you guys do the tuning of the guitars then when you're recording as well?
we actually just usually go for sort of like standard tuning or drop D recently, but I think we're trying to like experiment with like something like lower, even like with stuff that I've been trying to do is like,
I'd like a drop A, a drop B, a drop
Drop-
C, a drop F.
All of our
Yeah.
all our songs we've got so far are just standard and drop D.
A drop D.
But we
Yeah.
are willing to experiment with different sounds and tunings and
Yeah, that would be heavy if you do drop tunings.
yeah, because like, even like with D standard, it's like kind of like a good sort of like starting point for
It's
like
nice, but then it's not as heavy. Like it's a good starting point, like what you
yeah,
said. but
because
then-
even like if you like change it to an acoustic guitar, like that's like what Elliott Smith was using for in between the bars. Like, I mean, yeah, like that's actually a good sort of
Yeah.
starting. No, Elliott Smith. What?
Yeah, you just need to talk about like vowels, and that's
Okay. Oh god.
Yeah.
So so you got any more songs that are getting whacked on as well in that time as well?
Yeah.
We have-
wait for I think the next one soon.
Yeah.
we have another one ready,
Maybe
or
not.
another two ready to go. We just have to figure out dates for
Yeah.
when
Maybe-
things get them recorded.
Maybe August or maybe in July somewhere.
Yeah. I think at this point it's just like trying to get at least like 3 songs out, at least like just to like kind of like have a good sort of portfolio, I guess. And like
That's
once that's sorted, then means that we can get like more stuff sorted, well, for gigs.
Yeah, have you guys actually played any gigs so far yet?
We've got
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
one next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, one next weekend, and then hopefully one on the 5th as well.
We're on the 5th as well, yeah.
Yeah.
At, the Woodside Inn in Glen office, and there's talks of doing the King's Theatre in Kirkcaldy,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and a few others.
maybe the PGs as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's been difficult to find gigs
Yeah.
for us because we've not actually
Gig before.
played
Or
any.
even
I mean,
live or anything.
We just created our Facebook like September
Yeah.
last year, so
And so it's
we're
pretty
very
content.
new,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just that's it. Just
Wow.
practice
Yeah.
sessions and that kind of thing.
So it's your first gig then, this one coming up. And
First
yeah,
one,
yeah, first gig as bands, yeah.
yeah.
So you look forward to getting a hit on stage then.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been dying to.
he's been dying. He's
Yeah.
always snagging
It's
us.
just like,
It's been a minute, I guess.
I think it's something we've been needing to do for a while.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
for some reason we just couldn't find gigs, and I'm happy that we've got a couple of gigs lined up, so it's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
And we're on with a third band on, I think, on the set.
Yeah, because
Third or fourth, I think.
Third one.
Third one,
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
should be fine.
Who's playing at the gigs then?
So I don't
It
know.
is we're second headliners. There's a band from Mark Inch called On the Record. They played Pagey Malloy's and
Yeah.
a few others, and under us is the Young Cats. They're quite a big band in Dunfermline, and below that is a singer-songwriter called Rowan. She's pretty good. So yeah,
Yeah, a few names there.
a few names. Yeah.
So this band that are from across over the pond.
Yeah.
Five bands.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which isn't bad. It's good to get kind of more representation out for 5 music, but we're also hoping to try and get some places in Glasgow and
Yeah.
Edinburgh and all that.
I mean,
And we
we-
just want to play everywhere that we can.
Yeah.
We're trying to get our name out on like Facebook and stuff like that, and trying to, you know, network and like Kane's friends with like the bass player Jake from Borderline, and yeah, we're just getting to know other bands and
Did we try to get in that festival or something?
what one was
There
that?
was a I forgot the name.
Coco?
I think that was the one.
Not yet, but we'll make sure to.
That'll be good. I think the
We'll
festival
do
is-
Local or Silverburn.
Oh yeah,
That'll be a good one as well.
that'll be a good one. Nice to play at the festival, I think.
Yeah.
So festival gigs as well now lined up as well possibly.
Yeah, there's also the what's it
Was
called?
it Linus? No, not
The Anstruther Harbour Festival as well in Fife.
There was one you said that was going to happen in August, I think. Was that that?
August, that's Rockcore. But yeah.
No, I hope to get some festival shows under our belt
Will be
if and when the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
We need to get practice sessions in first, I think. Maybe that would
Yeah.
be a good shout.
Yeah.
Had to cancel our one this week, unfortunately. But yeah, the reasons I just won't disclose. but no. Yeah. I mean, so do you do bands like every week or every month, or how does
It
that
just
work
doesn't have
for you
a,
guys, or-
it's not really a schedule really, just whenever I get something organised I'll just set them up, and but episodes come out usually weekly.
Yeah.
It just depends if I've got something lined up. Maybe there's a wee bit of a gap, sort of. There's been a wee gap between the last one and this episode, so.
Who you lost? Who lost band?
I had that band called it was that in mind what they're called again. I'm so bad at knowing the names. That funk band, band. I'm just going to butcher it, but Banamanios or something I called Banamanios.
Were they from Edinburgh?
Yeah, so that's the band. So Bandinos, I think it's Bandinos. I think that's the band.
Yeah.
Are you in a band yourself?
No, not a band. I used to guitar covers band, but that was 2019. I did all that, and that was before the pandemic. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you play guitar, bass?
yeah, guitar. Did that. Obviously played the gig at weddings once,
Awesome.
and then it was probably just the end of that. It was the end of 2019, I think. This happened, so before the pandemic, and then we were just trying to suss ourselves out with stuff to do, but then everything just fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's all I can say. But yeah, we used to play that gig. That's all. I wasn't too fussed about keeping wheels going for bands. So
Do you have any upcoming gigs or festivals or?
there's a few actually. I know there's the Big Guy will be doing an EP once soon as well. So we're talking. I might go down that, and there's Dread Bethesda putting like a band. I think it's called Sucker Scam. It's like Summer
Yeah.
Scam.
Yeah.
Like the last one. This the day, and I think when this is actually recorded, there's actually a Sepultura tribute band. Doing,
Oh wow. Where are they playing?
Ballamans.
Alright.
That's tonight actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've
I've got anything sort of tomorrow, so like yeah, I'll go for that.
What time are they playing in
It'll
band?
be tonight probably.
Well, might check that out, guys.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it should be good. I think we McManus are supporting as well, and I thought it might be in the band Pemmiquist or something. The Crash is on Fife, but I think they've been replaced by Serpent, another Edinburgh thrashy groove band, quite a new band as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's 3 bands that are playing tonight.
Yeah.
Bannerman's the Sepultura tribute. I think it's a tribute band. It's quite new. I've never heard of it, but it should be good. I think.
Are you a big Sepultura fan yourself?
What's that?
Are you a big Sepultura fan yourself?
I do like them last week.
I mean, the only one I know is like Riffs.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, there's a few of the other ones, like the old stuff as well, like back in the day, like the old school brass band, like it's Metallica, from Brazil and that. You know, like Brazilian is probably OG thrash bands, pretty much. Everyone knows Sepultura and there's a lot of thrash bands in Brazil. Brazil's a big metal scene, I think.
Like, I've been, oh, sorry,
So this is about Brazilian metal bands, the big metal scene down there, I think, Brazilian metal bands. Like, I know there's a few others, like, probably a bit more key undergroundy, but I mean, there's a big scene, I think, kicking in South America. Brazil especially.
Yeah, because I've been trying to like get him on like more sort of metal stuff like recently, because like it was the fact that it was like I was like basically like talking about like sort of like I think it was which band was it I was talking about, and you were just like who like Cattle Decapitation, and and it's just like okay, this is like this full band and everything like that, and then you were just like so I had to actually devise a full sort of playlist for him just to like sort of like get his mindset for like proper sort of like metal sort of stuff, because like it was like Bolt Thrower and Cattle Decap and even like Wee Bit of Mayhem, like just to try and
not quite in that stage yet.
But you've listened to like I've got to listen to Gojira. I say like I've got to listen to it like it's a fucking pen.
I've listened to them before, but I wouldn't be able to pick up on like the song names and that.
Flying Whales.
Flying Whales. It was like Amazonia and Stranded.
Stranded. Is that a song? Stranded was that big song. I don't know that.
It's just no band that.
It's on the Magna album, maybe, but it's it's on the Magna album. But what's the song called again? I don't even know which your songs here.
But like your favorite band is Falling in the Rest, right?
No, don't get me started on that. Okay, there's like a full sort of like, I guess this is a running joke now, where it's basically like I've hated Falling in Reverse for so long, just because of like the multiple allegations, everything like that, like which is a fair enough sort of thing. This guy listens to it religiously.
Honestly, religiously.
That you sing it in the car all the time. But it was just like the fact it's just like the ongoing joke is basically just me basically getting the cover of like Pop Hero Monster and just going like FM. The entire time. It's just like
that's not where I think Paul and the rest of his metal needs to be as well. A bit more rappy as well, but a bit of rock in that.
I get that like metal's kind of like splitting into different genres.
It's becoming that now.
It's the fact that I totally understand this, but it's just like more or less the fact that I just don't like Falling in Reverse themselves. It's the best way to describe it. Like I totally understand like stuff with like with new metal actually like sort of progressing the way towards sort of like rap or something like that, with like stuff like even like with multiple influences from like reggae with Skin Dread. Just Falling in Reverse. I'm gonna have a rant about them at this point.
I've never seen them before actually. I don't know. I'm going to see Metallica next year saying that.
Oh yeah, you got me and Kane managed to get tickets for it. Like it was like because like, I remember seeing like the sort of like the thing for Ticketmaster, and it was just like as soon as like we saw like the sort of like staged area for like standing tickets, like gone.
It's the middle stage, and the snake pit.
The snake pit. Like that was going for something stupid like $4,000 or something like that, and it was just.
It was a stupidly high.
Yeah, it was $4,000 per ticket, and it's just like, oh yeah, I want to get my I'm getting my ears blown out to like in the middle of like a small circle. That's good.
That's how the band Metallica, aren't they?
I mean like.
I used to remember back in the day, they obviously didn't have much. They were quite broke, weren't they, when Kill 'Em All came out probably.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like Kill 'Em All's like such a good album. I mean like. It was like just like Dave Mustaine's work within that at the time. It was like really good.
But it's like Master of Puppets was got a really leggy. I
Yeah.
like lightning, that's the top. It's a
Red Lightning.
And the back album as well, got one bigger.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah.
and just
And
for,
the
I mean,
Amazing White
and just
album
for all
as
had
well.
a good few things on it, but it's just like
It had
it
one.
kind of. It had one.
And Justice for All, Dies Eve,
Yeah.
a bunch of songs. Blackened.
Blackened.
Yeah.
That's my favourite one on that album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Metallica, I'm going as well. I'm going with my sister and my partner and stuff like that, and a couple of friends.
I'm going to see Ginger and then Slaughter to Prevail next
Slaughter
year
as well. Oh yeah, hell yeah. I would love to see Slaughter to Prevail because they're huge as well, aren't
He does live streams.
Oh,
they? I thought everybody was talking about Sweet Talker, and now Slaughter to Prevail seems to be the bigger deathcore band right now.
yeah, because I
Sweet
remember
Talker is
like.
not deathcore at all, that's why.
Or slam deathcore.
I mean, I don't really saying like a sort of like Shikari started off that kind of way, and then they kind of like moved into like electronic sort of stuff.
Sounds, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like at the core, like it's still gonna be the band that you remember for like Sorry You're Not a Winner. But
Yeah.
yeah, like with Sleep Token, it's kind of it is an enigma. That sort of thing.
Because it has like bits that haven't got any guitars, there's like softer, choiry bits.
Yeah, and it was actually more of an influence for me as well, like because I primarily play piano, but the problem is with because I'm into this sort of like music, there's not really that many sort of like piano songs out there,
Yeah.
and then they managed to like sort of bridge the gap between like sort of like pop, like R&B, and sort of like soul sort of stuff, especially with the summoning, and really just kind of like making their own sort of style, as well as like introducing like instruments that you would not expect for that sort of genre.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Quite low key, isn't it? It's something different.
yeah, because even like, with the new album, even Arcadia, I mean, it's kind of got like it's good sort of stuff. It's a full on mix of genres in that album.
I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, he didn't like it. And it's like even with like their first track off that album, like Look to the Windward, it's like got like good sort of like influences from like sort of like an orchestral vibe, and then like actually creating like sort of a build up, and then going into sort of like more of a gent pattern, as well as like having a full breakdown at the end, and then just having sort of like that sort of vibe which they had at first.
I might give that a wee listen at some point as well.
It's
Yeah.
as Goldie said, it's
It's had mixed reviews, I think.
How's that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mix thing.
Huh?
What happened next for you?
Even on Arcadia, I was talking. The new album. Yeah. Not obviously talking or anything.
Well, there's a huge band and the headline downloads recently, didn't they? So
And surprisingly, they actually did as well. I mean, even with like stuff like that happened to download like over the past few years, you would never think a band like that would play download.
It's always been a Met festival like that.
It's about time that Korn got to headline it though.
Yeah.
Poppy was there as well.
But she was the headliner.
Yeah, but she was there.
Maybe ACDC might headline again.
Oh yeah, it'd probably be like a full-on sort of
Well,
supporting sort of like replacement like guitarists and everything like that as well though. Like,
It's easy.
Huh?
I mean, it's on the old dead now.
Are they not doing a tour?
they're doing this tour.
Really?
it's not the one.
Malcolm Young.
And then they're coming to
Malcolm
Edinburgh.
Young passed away, their lone guitar player.
They're coming to
And Bon
Edinburgh.
Scott passed away, and when did Bon pass?
That was like
70s or something, 80s or
They're
something.
coming to Edinburgh very soon, so
Yeah.
get it all away.
That'll be a good Bon Fest.
Yeah.
One Fest, where's that? Like,
Kirriemuir, I think, up in Angus.
is that where the statue is? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's where there's Bon. I've been wanting to go see the Bon Scott statue, but
Yeah.
no, that'd be a good one to.
One of my friends said he's got a motorbike and I think he said that he wants to go up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he's seen it yet or not, but
No.
I would want to see it sometime as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I think though with like the Sleep Token thing, I think that's what, not the same thing, but we want to aspire to do, like incorporate pianos and and maybe do like R&B kind of things and like or
Yeah.
whatever and metal things and or
So
whatever. But it's,
reaching. Yeah.
Well-
Out of it.
well,
The
James was talking about like the summoning and stuff like that. Like the breakdown was like there's a funk R&B breakdown.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent
Like,
from
it-
the cat.
It's just to say that we can't do
Me.
that.
Like, it's also like a fact, like, if we actually go into that sort of like genre as well, my
Yeah.
guess, like, I know it's the sort of thing, but it's like sometimes like gatekeeping as well within this sort of stuff, it can be annoying. And it's just like, as soon as you say like you listen to one band, and it's just like, oh, you can't listen to that band. And it's just like, why? Oh, yeah, because I don't like that band. It's kind of a big problem sort of thing. And I know I'm being hypocritical about falling in reverse.
Just change the ringtone to like falling.
Coffee and Monster or something.
Oh,
That song.
yeah.
When they got a bit high, they got quite big when that song came out, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Coffee and Monster, and that dropped the
I think that came out 2018.
Yeah, it's like, that was, well,
2019, I think.
Oh, that's
2019, like the single itself came out like when about then, and then I remember like putting out the album 2022, 2023.
No, it was 24. The Monster came out.
Yeah, because I was like still working it, and we still haven't sold the collector's edition of the CD.
That's just how we've been chilling. Kind of.
Yeah, no, it's been like basically chilling at the back of the store where it's just been like, oh yeah, no, it's gone down in price. It's gone down in price. Include the t-shirt, still going down in price. Still going down in price.
Yeah.
Must have been a bit of a sight then, obviously, they don't sound that.
Oh yeah, no, it was, yeah, it's just,
There was a lot of, I'm guessing the attention span with that song, the last song.
yeah.
You listen to it once and then that's it. That's not that sort of vibe to.
Yeah, I just never really got the sort of appeal of it though.
Yeah.
Even back in like 2012 when we were still like a full piece band rather than a solo act, it was just,
When you was in Escape to Fate, which
Yeah.
was, I used to train
Yeah.
back in the day.
yeah.
Escape to Fate, it's been a minute since they feel like it's been a minute since the last heard from them music.
Yeah. So it was like, I still remember like being back in high school and just kind of like trying to like torrent my way to listening to Acid Bath. You know, like when it was like Rotten Records like couldn't allow you to listen to Acid Bath at all. I was there just trying to like basically go into so many dodgy websites, even like during high school, just like trying to get that so, like listen to Screams of the Butterfly and stuff like that. It was just
like obscure bands.
yeah, trying to listen to like obscure stuff because it was just
Can't find it on like other sites and that way.
yeah, because it was even the sort of stuff that got me into it. I think it was like well, it was originally my dad with when I was like about 5 with the American Idiot LP
Yeah,
and
that's Green Day, isn't it?
yeah. Well, it was like I was like started off with like punk everything like that, and then
Pop punk.
yeah, sort of that sort of stuff, and then it's like I sort of like made my way into like the Clash. Then it was like Stiff Little Fingers, and basically I'm working away from there, and then it's kind of like evolved into like oh yeah, like if there's like sort of like a sort of different sort of tone to these sort of lyrics, like what is there, and then stumbled across like metal, everything like that. It was like
Yeah.
no.
Sounds like me, I got into more heavy music because of my dad with Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park, Fallen by Evanescence, a bit of Limp Bizkit as well.
Yeah.
And then I just went off and found my own way into it.
Metal.
Started off with Slipknot and then moved on to metalcore, and I heard better things.
Massive decline there. You start off obviously Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Slipknot, and then just the music taste just kind of
Yeah, it's kind of like
just
dipped and then like
yeah, and it's never gone up since.
hence why he's racist.
I'll play Edinburgh as well.
Ouch.
Me and Alice can't get Kate to do an Oasis cover.
I refuse, I hate Oasis.
The metal cover of it.
It's a little joke in the rehearsal room when
Yeah.
someone starts to play Don't Look Back in Anger.
Bring Horizon to the cover of Wonderwall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
It did.
Wasn't that? What happened?
Yeah, because it was like for the Spotify sessions. Yeah.
Something to do with
Yeah, because like it was like that, and like Health done like a cover of Deftones as well, which was like Be Quiet, Drive So Far Away. That song.
Which band?
Health. It's kind of like more of a sort of like electronic sort of. I don't know how I would describe it. Like,
Did they do justice to the song? No.
Oh yeah, no, it does actually sound really good for like. I think I did actually put it in the playlist for you to listen to as well.
I listened to it. It was something.
Yeah, because it's off the Rat Wars EP. Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to, 2 seconds, I'm just going to double check the recording in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
How's it getting on? We can maybe go on for another maybe 15, 20 minutes or something, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Can we talk about T-shirts and drip then maybe? That's that sort of question.
Free T-shirt that I got from work. No, but like mainly I kind of like.
Is that a band?
No, it isn't. It was kind of like a sort of like Japanese woodboard design.
Jellyfish.
Yeah, jellyfish sort of thing. But like I always go with like this sort of stuff. Like even in my flat, like I've got sort of like more abstract sort of art as well as like the Wave of Kakanawa. Because like it was such a sort of like monumental piece within artwork. I don't know. I always go for this sort of like style of like abstract, so it's like sort of normal art.
Let's go at it.
Yeah, because like, even like for tattoo ideas, I was thinking like probably even getting just the cover of White Pony, like just the silhouette of the horse or something like that. But yeah.
Would Kane still be your friend if you got the White Pony tattoo?
What's wrong with White Pony?
Nothing wrong with it.
That Deftones album.
Yeah.
No.
I love that.
Like the horse logo, like the horse.
Yeah, just like the horse. Yeah, maybe either that or
All of the
from Series to Mars. It's
like
a good like sort of mix between
Oh,
the
she's
two,
really
yeah.
famous.
Yeah.
All of the that one, the My Own Summer one as well.
I mean, like getting that as a tattoo though, I think that would just be really
I
complicated.
see a lot of these Slipknot tattoos on these Slipknot logo S logo tattoos everywhere.
You get yeah.
See, they're quite common. That's where some metal is.
Yeah, I've always been like
Kane
sort
has
of
some common tats as well.
yeah.
And the Opeth logo as well. The logo.
Oh, yeah,
Kane's the only one with the look tattoo.
Do you not have a Slipknot tattoo?
Can't remember.
No, you got Corey Taylor's mask on your leg.
thought he
don't
did,
you?
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, he does have a mask.
I can't remember which generation of Corey Taylor was that again. That was Psychosocial.
No, it's,
the one before We Are Not Your Kind.
No, the End So Far version.
Yeah.
All of his masks they're alright, they're not my favourite suit of the band, but they're always the most interesting ones, and I definitely think that
Joey
one.
had the best mask. R.I.P. Joey.
I did like the simplicity of Joey's masks.
Oh,
really
the
different.
simplicity is very nice, very complex. Mick has a really nice mask actually as well. And I like Eloy's mask now as well, that's really nice.
I like Eloy's ones.
But Clown has the best mask. He started the masks, I mean, obviously it's the Clown mask. It has to be the Clown mask. Yeah. He's the one that started the masks.
Yeah. I just don't listen to Slipknot that much.
But the classic ones, I mean, I think the last good Slipknot album I remember was the Great Chapter. I know it's called the last one. I sort of like.
Great Chapter. Yeah.
That's my favourite one by them.
Oh.
Great Chapter.
So before I forget that, right?
That's one of the
Great Chapter was Devil and I.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very thick one as well.
Yeah.
That was song was quite cool when that came out.
Slipknot. Debut album, that's the best album.
That is the best album.
Is Emerald.
I can't believe that album was 10 years old now already. The album that came out, it's a Great Chapter. It was 10 years old actually.
It just makes you like feel old when it's like, I think it was like when I was doing new release the other week, and it's just like to pimp a butterfly is 10 years old now. And it's just like how? And then there's like also like Hell No by My Chemical Romance, 20 years old.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, that can't be right. That cannot be right.
The songs don't get old.
Yeah.
If you listen to the song like 50, what would you be saying when you listen to it in 50 years' time? Like, you know, these songs, you know,
Still sound the same sometimes.
60 years old songs, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe like the old new metal stuff like Deftones, Passenger.
Because like Run the Forest just like managed to get like such a sort of like popularity now, and I'm just thinking
The
like how
drum
did
is so difficult to around the front.
Yeah.
It's like 4 kick drums in one go. It's like I think it's 5, but it's 6.
But even like My Own Summer, like that just like managed to like pop out of nowhere again, and then even the set like Acid Bath, that's like full on pop out of nowhere too. Like, I mean, it just feels weird that like you actually have like a sort of like resurgence in
even Minerva as well. It's a great song as well.
Yeah, because it's just the fact that it's like kind of resurging. It's kind of like how I feel about like how country's kind of like resurged as the popular thing now. It's just like, how has this happened?
Maybe homies will.
It's because they're touring and that's why.
Oh yeah, no, it's like a
They're doing festivals now as well, so
yeah.
I'd love to go see them.
And you see Deftones as well.
Yeah.
See them before. They're getting on a bit now. All these bands are getting on.
Yeah, they're all like the fucking 50s and 60s now.
Yeah,
So.
Ozzy Osbourne's playing, Black Sabbath are playing their last gig on July 5th, aren't they? Very soon.
I tried to get tickets, but I couldn't get any.
I was in the queue for like a good hour.
Like a homecoming show. Yeah.
No point.
It just kind of feels weird that like Ozzy Osbourne's still doing gigs at like his age.
He
So, like,
sits and does it now through.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does it in the bed now.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I love him though. I think he's just he's the reason we have like heavy metal as what it is today.
Yeah.
But even like this sort of like story, even the stories that you hear from like the recordings of like Volume 4 as well, like where it's just like they were in like LA during the height of like the drug scene, and like the amount of stories you can hear, you think, how is Ozzy Osbourne still alive? It's just like he's like an enigma of a man.
I love him.
Is he not like on his like late 70s though? It's not like he's
I would say like 70s, 80s.
Well, no, they came out in the 70s.
No, I was saying like Ozzy Osbourne is 78.
Oh, how old is he?
How old?
Oh, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
70s, maybe not 80s, but
Yeah.
doing pretty well for 80s if he's still.
hopefully he'll go for his 90s. Hopefully he'll get in his 90s at least.
Yeah. There's also the fact that it's like, like he got kicked out of Black Sabbath and then he rejoined Black Sabbath again, like just under nothing.
Yeah.
It just shows how good of a like singer he was.
I'd say the same about like Keith Richards.
Oh yeah, no, Keith Richards.
And he just done Ozzy Osbourne stuff for a while until he got back in Sabbath again.
Yeah. But to be honest, I did enjoy like more of the Ronnie James Dio era of Black Sabbath. That was like, because it was like sort of like
90s there.
more sort of like down the like first album route where it was like sort of like more based on like Black Doom sort of stuff.
Doom metal.
Yeah, and then like actually have like more sort of like melodic sound to it, which like Dio obviously would have done.
Yeah, like traditional, didn't it?
Oh yeah, no, it went experimental, but like in a good way, and it's sort of like done like sort of like paving stones for all of these other bands too.
Yeah.
Even like I think it was like a band which I found out like a year ago, like Devil's Witches or something like that. I was surprised when I was just like, oh yeah, I think it was when I found out that it was just like a one person sort of like recording studio thing. I was just like, so I'm never going to see them live.
Obviously by the band.
Yeah, unless like there's like support stuff, but like
bands.
but I think like the last album that was like a good 2-3 years ago, like before the pandemic, like obviously. I mean, just like listening to their stuff is like proper psychedelic fuzz, and it's just kind of like that was another thing that kind of like influenced me with like Descension too, was the vocals behind Devil's Witches, like sort of a more isolated kind of like sort of echoey sort of thing. But yeah.
Even if we're talking about the band name, for example, it does sound more like a death metal band name as well when I say that.
Yeah.
So it's linking, the art stuff as well. It sounds like you guys are going to play extreme death metal.
We didn't even mention, we weren't always Descension.
We were originally Silence of the Echoes.
Happy we shoved that name away.
The story behind the name to Descension was like you were getting in touch with gig venues, and the Banshees Labyrinth got back to you, saying like Silence of the Echoes is too long of a name.
It's too much.
Yeah.
The band should either be one or then two names. I mean, maybe three, but like, you know.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I mean, yeah, they're like the one exception.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
They're not even relevant. They're talking about like relevant bands, alright? So, yeah. Obviously, R8CP is, I mean,
But that's what they go by.
yeah,
RHCP.
exactly. All the Peppers.
Yeah.
All the Pipers, actually.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, there you go. But
Like,
yeah,
just shorten the name a little bit, that's...
I don't know like where Descension actually came from. I think it was just
you made it.
yeah, you
I just thought of it.
It was nice. A very nice ring to it, yeah.
yeah, because
I just thought it was shorter and just
Very,
sounded
very,
better.
very accurate. you know.
very very
Descension.
relatable. Yeah.
Just sounded
It's
better.
like it's what extreme metal band,
Descended,
death metal band,
yeah.
It's got a cool meaning
Yeah.
behind it, though, doesn't it? Descension, is it not?
Generally can't mind.
Is the definition of someone falling under or something?
Yeah, it's yeah.
We didn't rip off Evanescence, I promise. No, it'd be good to do.
But yeah,
that.
hopefully we do actually sort of like do sort of like more sort of heavier stuff. I mean, me and Kane were like sort of like experimenting with sort of like I would say Nine Inch Nails sort of stuff like the other day, where I was but like it's kind of like we also I'm trying to like go for like also the approach of like Mick Gordon sort of like production sort of stuff too, which like
The only way, the devil's, the only way they see you is something. The Doom soundtrack. What do you
the Doom soundtrack. Yeah, Mick Gordon. We've done Doom soundtrack. A lot of stuff on the Post-Human as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like
That's just the genty. You need like an 8-string for that.
Yeah.
Mick Gordon, actually.
you just need like a MIDI and a lot of audio effects.
Bam, and it just bends, and it's just ones and
I
zeros.
know they did that at Big Album as well, double sided album back in the late 90s, didn't they? Was that?
Yeah.
That had some really cool experimental stuff as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Darky stuff, and then it had like extremely heavy stuff as well.
Yeah, because I think that's like where we're going for the first album is like a good sort of like mix of like heavier stuff as well as sort of cleaner stuff too.
There's a lot of variety. And
I don't think there's a lot of bands in Dunfermline doing what we're doing. You know,
With
like with what James was saying, like there's a lot of indie and a lot of folk music, a lot of pop music, but there's not a lot of rock, metal.
There's a few rock, but not as. But they're like
sort of
mad
more
rock.
indie
kind of,
rock.
yeah, they're not really. Like, you know those what was that Nearer to Zero or something, or what was his name? They've
There's a
got
big band in Dunfermline called We Are Delta as well.
I think I've heard of them. Not sure.
But the thing is, it's like also trying to like kind of get support acts as well, because like the fact is like we probably would be having to support indie acts, everything like that. So you'd have somebody like wanting to like listen to something like Arctic Monkeys, and it's just like me going down the mic going like, oh, sort of stuff. It's just like no, like I mean.
Yeah, you can do I want to know, but like metal. Kind
Yeah.
of
I got asked for in Dunfermline if I could play an indie gig, but
She was like, yes, and just
Just
stuff.
goes a wee bit of a ruckus. There you go.
What are you gonna say? It's like, go away. You know?
Even if they get bands like Catardi as well, come
Yeah,
as well, it's quite close to the way, quite close neighbours.
Yeah, because the things with Fife is that it's like kind of like more sort of like closed off from like the rest of the music scene. It just like
Because Dunfermline's on the east side, and then Kirkcaldy's like the opposite side to your right.
yeah, like a good sort of like 15-minute drive sort of thing.
I think does Perth not have a good music scene?
I know then.
I think Dundee has.
Dundee's got a great scene
There's
just
like
now.
catharsis and
But they've always had a good scene done.
I did see a band quite recently from
It's from the
Perth.
drugs, that's all.
I don't know if they played a few gigs or not, but I know there's a drunk band from Perth. I kind of started that recently. I can't remember the name again. It started with a B something, but I might just give them a wee. I might just tag the name on the section so you can check them out. Because I'm gonna put the acts on the name tags. It normally comes up with the channels anyway. So as you like check them out, then I'll know you will. We'll give like honourable shouts to some of these bands as well. Any honourable bands that out so want to mention?
Definitely.
Yeah, even though sort of bands like off the top of my head, kind of spaced out there for a second. Yeah.
But you know Party Cannon and
Yeah,
Stay for Tomorrow and
Party Cannon, Stay for Tomorrow.
bands from like Edinburgh and that as well.
Which band?
Probably say Fear and Pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
Right, could they play the Riffs and Ramps I believe as well?
yeah,
I think they're on this as well.
yeah, I still need to like.
No, are they on? No, they're not on this board, but
Yeah, because I still need to check them out. Like a bunch of my pals were like saying like basically keep on going on about them, and it was just like I should probably listen to this.
shout to Disposable. Shout out to Disposable.
Ooh, yeah.
Because they're quite like well known thrash band in Edinburgh.
Yeah, because like it's like a couple of friends as well are in the the band Bronak.
Fromac.
Bronak, yeah, from Glasgow, and a couple of my friends are in that band too. Yeah, like proper sort of like death metal stuff because like, as soon as I tried to like introduce it, you guys were just like, nope.
Which band was that? What you tried to?
It was Bronak. Like I posted it like a couple months back.
Bronak?
Yeah.
Doesn't
I don't remember.
It's a really bad band name.
It's a really bad band name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout to We Make Mammoths as well.
Oh yeah.
You know those guys, don't you?
Yeah.
They've sort of played around Scotland a few gigs.
Mm.
Mainly Edinburgh, Glasgow mainly, but they've played a lot of gigs. And I believe they're playing at this gig tonight as well. Supporting bands, so I always like to see Mammoths.
Yeah. Fair enough.
They're quite thrashy, hardcore, but I'm always down to see them. And a heartbeat pretty much, I will keep them pretty much. Seem to be a good band, I really enjoy them and I like their music and the headbang and the breakdowns and such a great band. I really need to get them on the podcast soon as well.
Yeah, fair
I've
enough.
not yet been on, but I've been hitting them up for a minute for sure, so maybe they'll show up eventually, but just keep watching, it'll happen eventually. But
Do you
just
stick
don't
to
know.
a specific genre of band?
Just open to anybody, any bands. I've had a few indie bands and some acoustic acts and did actually have a Norwegian band on this podcast not long back as well.
Oh, nice.
Once a week, shout out to those guys. They actually played a few gigs in Scotland as well, Glasgow and Edinburgh, and they did a UK tour, so I should be sort of hit them up then and they showed up.
Did you put this up on YouTube then?
Yeah,
or
it'll be on
Spotify?
be on soon. Yeah, it'll be on That's Okay Down podcast. That's it. But I think we'll be slowly wrap up now. So anything we should mention, like gigs and social media.
Get the dates out, get the social medias out, I think.
Yeah. Just like Descension on any sort of platform like Spotify, Instagram, Facebook.
YouTube and SoundCloud as well.
Exactly. And then
Bandcamp.
our upcoming gig at the Acoustic Club, which is like 28th, that sort of thing.
In Kirkcaldy,
Yeah, in Kirkcaldy. That's about it.
£10 a ticket for
£10 a ticket.
Andy's Man Club.
Yeah.
£10 a ticket on the door.
Yeah.
It's for a charity, guys.
Yeah.
It's for a charity. Yeah.
It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. That's quite
Lord knows he needs it.
That's a fine month as well, as I say.
Yeah.
So yeah, can't believe we're in June now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it's quick.
Mm.
But yeah, I think we said about our upcoming gigs, didn't we, early on?
Yeah.
5th of July as well.
Yeah, that'll be right.
England Locals. Although
England Locals.
We'll keep
Keep everybody updated on the socials.
on Facebook.
Yeah, hopefully come along and see you guys if you've got a gig down here as well, Edinburgh.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Come along.
We should also gig in Motherwell, I think.
What about Falkirk? They
Yeah.
oh,
That area.
No.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
There's lots of places.
Yeah.
Lots of places.
I think Falkirk
I just feel like
I think they're even this music scene.
I think we definitely sell out in Motherwell though. But,
Yeah, I never had Malmo be mentioned.
yeah.
But maybe some metal bands got Motherwell or Paisley or just anywhere, just a bit more low key.
Yeah.
I was playing like, you know, Ivy Blacks or PG Roy's or Fancies or Barrowmans or.
I'd like to really play at PG. It's a really nice venue, stage and everything there. But you need to be big to play at PG. It's like the biggest venue in. So like
There's sort of big bands, eh?
Maybe let's start off at the Monarch and then work our way up. Maybe the Downhouse actually, and then work our way up there.
So it does have a decent scene then.
The Coosie's a good start.
Yeah, I think the Coosie's a very good start.
It's a phenomenal
and because we've got 3 other bands as well, so then hopefully we outshine.
Especially doing second headliners.
That's a big.
That's a big.
We can't fuck up.
No.
So
we'll probably get another shot there.
Oh yeah, this is it.
It's a good chance to get noticed.
Make or break.
Yeah, here's what fun. Been very right to get you guys on the podcast. Very good to get you guys on. So you're
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Episode 99 with the one on desiccation.
Episode 99. One away from 100.
One from 100. I'm not quite there yet.
Can you like post this afterwards?
I think it's 99 now.
They'll never know when it was recorded.
It's fine with 99.
It's not the 20th of June.
99. We should have got some 99, so they've got like 99 fakes.
Oh, Descension 99.
We should have done that. Have a nice green band, still recorded some nice green band, 99s. Have a 99s, it would make sense on the night episode. Well, but it's been great to get you guys on.
Thank you
very
very
much. Thanks for coming on. We'll do some fist bumps. Boom.
Absolutely.
Boom.
Yeah.
I can get boom.
Yeah.
So what I can just say is thanks again for listening to the Hats Off Your Down podcast, episode 9 of Defigation. Make sure to like it.
Yeah.
I'm not good to that name actually, just saying that.
Follow us at Descension on everything. Just everything.
Stay tuned for out of this.
Stay tuned for us. It's coming out next month, hopefully.
Hell
yeah. We'll be on the socials.
If you want to check out some of my if you want to check out some of my stuff as well, I've got my YouTube channel doing my video game stuff on the strips and bots, so if you see a mail banger, I've not posted anything on that channel for a
Nice.
while.
You play Fortnite?
No, just check it out for yourself to see what I've got. I've got some live gig stuff on there, so you can see the old remake Mammoth video on there.
Nice.
I've not done anything on that channel in a minute, so just bear with that channel. Just being one side at the moment. But yeah, just make sure we get this podcast up to we're coming up to about nearly 400 subscribers on this podcast now. So let's make sure we can get up to 500 or 600 or keep the ball going, get out there. So it's been really good to get you guys on. So I'll just do what I do, I'll just walk off the camera and then you guys can just say peace out for the end. So do that.
Peace out.
Peace out, just do the signing that and then I'm going to sign off now.